Greetings from the Sefer Publishing Group, and welcome to another edition of Sefer Moments. I'm Dr. Stephen Pidgeon. Today we're going to have fun with a little bit of math, I think. And I think this is an important part of Scripture, and it's an important part of addition, if you will. We all know that there are those passages of Scripture that are what we call the begats, and so begat so-and-so who begat so-and-so who begat so-and-so. And by the time you're done with the begats, you've about begotten enough. But there is a passage in Matthew that becomes very, very critical, and it's a very important part of the Et Sefer, and a part that differentiates the Et Sefer from most scriptures in the world today. And we're going to begin right there in the first chapter of the New Testament, which you're welcome to look at your own scripture. And we're going to begin in Matthew 1 in verse 17. And we're going to kick in a little math here, but remember, it's simple math, not even algebra, just simple math. So we have this verse here that says, so all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations. And from David until the carrying away into Babylon and a lot of other people's scriptures, are 14 generations. And from the carrying away into Babylon unto Hamashayach are 14 generations. Okay. Well, that's pretty clear. So we have 14 plus 14, that's 28, plus 14, that's 42. So we have this idea that from the time of Abraham to Hamashayach is a total of 42 generations. 14, 14, and 14. So we should be able to get the begats and see how that works. Okay, so let's go up here. Now, keep this in mind too, that by the time you get to David, David becomes the king of Israel. And he becomes the king over the United Kingdom, actually, this kingdom of Israel. And he is from the tribe of Judah. In particular, he can draw his lineage directly back to Abraham through Judah, or Yehuda, one of the 12 sons of Yaakov, renamed Yisrael or Yasharel. And from David, you have a whole line of kings, so that each son that is mentioned in this grouping of begats were the sons who were in the bloodline to be the kings of Israel. Now, something happened that prevented those kings from taking the throne. But that didn't happen until the taking away into Babylon, or Babel. And before that, you're going to see a roster of kings who actually sat in power over Israel. And then, of course, after the kingdom divided during the times of Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, or Shalomah, that the kingdom was divided, and then those kings sat over only the area known as Judea, or Yehuda, or Yehudia, depending on how you pronounce it. But it was the southern kingdom that consisted primarily of the tribes of Judah, or Yehuda, Simon, not Simon, Yehuda, Levi, and of course Benjamin, or Benjamin. So let's see what this roster in Matthew 1 says. Okay, the Sefer of the generations of Yahushua HaMashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Now let's begin our count. Abraham begat Yitzchak, that's 2. Yitzchak begat Yaakov, that's 3. Yaakov begat Yehuda, that's 4. And his brethren, right? That's the 12 tribes. And Yehuda begat Peretz, or Pharez. Now that's 5. Now, Pharez, this becomes a very important thing, because you're going to see that there were the twins of Judah, Pharez or Peretz, and his brother Zerach or Zara of Tamar. These were the twin brothers. Now this is the lineage from Judah that is going to, from which kings are going to be derived. But in this case, we're talking about from Pharez or Peretz, okay? Because the next line says, and Peretz begat Chetzron, that's 6. Chetzron begat Aram. Aram begat Aminadab. Aminadab begat Nachshon. Nachshon begat Salma, that's 10. Salma begat Boaz, that's 11. Of Rachav. Boaz begat Oved, that's 12. Oved begat Yishai, that's 13. And Yishai begat David, that's 14. Okay, so going back here to Matthew, chapter 1, verse 17. So the generations from Abraham to David are 14. Boom, we've got that. We can count it right there, it's 14. Now, let's see what after David the king, the first king of Judah, the first Judean king to hold the throne, and then every king until the Maccabees, of course, sat under this kingdom of David. Now David begat Shalomah. Okay, that's one. Shalomah begat Rehavam, or Rehoboam, as your text may say. That's two. Rehoboam begat Abiyahu, that's three. Abiyahu begat Asa, that's four. Asa begat Yehoshaphat, that's five. Yehoshaphat begat Yoram, that's six. Yoram begat Uzziyahu, that's seven. Uzziyahu begat Jotham. Jotham begat Achaz, that's nine. Achaz begat Yechizkiyahu, or Hezekiah. Yechizkiyahu, that's 10. And Yechizkiyahu begat Manasseh. And Manasseh begat Ammon, that's 12, who begat Yoshiyahu, that's 13. Yoshiyahu begat Yekoniah. And Yekoniah now is 14. Yekoniah is 14. And it says here, Yekoniah and his brethren. This is very important because when you go and you look at this discussion in Chronicles talking about this, you see Yekoniah, you see Jehoiakim, you see Jehoiakim, and you see Zedekiah. Okay, all of these were the brethren of Yekoniah. Yekoniah was the rightful heir and the one to hold the throne. But Yekoniah is number 14. So, again, going back to Matthew 1:17, so all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations. And from David into the carrying into Babel are 14 generations. We see that. Yekoniah being number 14, carried away into Babylon, 14 generations. So far, Matthew 1:17 is deadly accurate. Okay. Now, the scriptures are going to reckon the bloodline here after Yekoniah and not after Zedekiah. Remember, Zedekiah was killed with all 7 of his sons. All 7 of his sons were killed in front of him, and then his eyes were put out. Pretty important part of this history. Okay. All right, now, when we get into this, let's see what it says. After they were brought to Babel, this is in Matthew 1, verse 12. After they were brought to Babel, Yekoniah begat Shealtiel. And Shealtiel begat, that's one. Shealtiel begat Zerubbabel. Now, Zerubbabel was the one who rebuilt the second temple, okay? That's two. Zerubbabel begat Abihud, that's 3. Abihud begat Eliakim, that's 4. Eliakim begat Azur, that's 5. Azur begat Zadok, that's 6. Zadok begat Joachim, that's 7. Joachim begat Eliel, that's 8. Eliel begat Eleazar, that's 9. Eleazar begat Matan, that's 10. Matan begat Yaakov, that's 11. Yaakov begat Yosef, that's 12. Now, in your text, it says, Yaakov, the husband of Miriam. Now, as we all know, those of us who are informed about lineage, you know that the lineage doesn't pass from the husband to the wife. The wife may marry in, but the lineage of the husband does not pass to the wife. She has her own lineage. She has her own father, she has her own mother. So when you're talking about Yosef, that's number 12, the husband of Miriam, that's end of discussion. Except that you would say, okay, and of whom was born Yahusha, who was called Hamashayach. Okay, that's 13. That's 13. That's not 14, that's 13. That's not 14, that's 13. Now maybe you get a different count, or maybe you want to count in a different way, or maybe you want to count the brothers of Yekoniah in the chain. But Matthew did not count the brothers of Yekoniah in the chain. He went from Yekoniah to the son of Yekoniah for the purposes of this reckoning. Now, in addition to that, if this is the reckoning of Yosef, the husband of Miriam, then we should be able to find a second witness to this reckoning that puts him in the direct lineage of Shalomah, king of Judea. Does that happen? And the answer is, no, it doesn't. Now, in the Et Sefer, you're going to see that it says something different. It says in Matityahu, chapter 1, verse 16, and Yaakov begat Et Yosef, the father of Miriam. Et Yosef, the father of Miriam. Yes, her father's name was also Yosef. Now, Yosef, that makes him number 12, Miriam number 13, and Mashiach number 14. So that the text in Matityahu 1, verse 17, is deadly accurate when it says that from the carrying away from Babel unto Hamashayach are 14 generations. Not accurate in your text if your text says Yosef, the husband of Miriam. Now, just to make this point a little bit more conclusive, let's take a look at the 55 generations that are stated for Yosef. Okay? Now, Yosef, excuse me, I went a little too far here. Yosef's lineage is set forth in the Besorah of Lucas. That is, the Gospel of Luke. Okay? Now, let's take a look and let's see what happens here. All right. Okay, now this is going to be a bit different because this reckoning goes the other way. Instead of going from Abraham up to Mashiach, we're going from Mashiach backwards. So if you go to Luke chapter 3, Lucas chapter 3, beginning in verse 23, let's see what happens. And Yahusha began to be about 30 years of age, being as supposed the son of Yosef, who was the son of Eli. Well, that's not what it says in Matthew, that he was the son. Which was the son of Matityahu, another name that doesn't appear in Matthew 1. Which was the son of Levi, another name that doesn't appear in Matthew 1. Which was the son of Malchi, not appearing in Matthew 1. Which was the son of Yanan, not appearing in Matthew 1. Which was the son of Yosef, which was the son of Matityahu, which was the son of Amos, which was the son of Nahum, which was the son of Eliyahuanai, which was the son of Nogah, not appearing in Matthew, which was the son of Ma'at, which was the son of Matityahu, which was the son of Shemi, which was the son of Yosef, which was the son of Yehuda, which was the son of Yahukanan, which was the son of Raphiah, which was the son of Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel. Okay? But is that the same Zerubbabel and the same Shealtiel? No, because this Shealtiel was the son of Neriyahu, which was the son of Malchi, the son of Adi, which was the son of Gesem, which was the son of Almodad, the son of Er. None of those names appear in Matthew 1. And when you get farther down here, you're going to see that in verse 31, which was the son of Meliah, which was the son of Menon, which was the son of Matityahu, which was the son of Nathan, or Nathan, which was the son of David. So you see that Yosef, the husband of Miriam, does not come from the bloodline of the kings in the line of Solomon, or Shalomah. He instead comes from the bloodline of Shalomah's brother, a prince, to be sure, but Nathan, the son of David. Two distinct bloodlines. One of Yosef, the father of Mashiach, or is supposed to be the father of Mashiach. The other of Miriam, reckoning from her father Yosef. Okay? So this becomes an extremely important understanding in terms of reckoning what takes place in Matityahu 1, telling you 14, 14, and 14, and then giving that roster, omitting any other names of the brethren of Yekoniah. Okay? So if your scripture is telling you 14, 14, and 14, and you count and you get 14, 14, and 13, well, something's got to give. And we believe that the way it's set forth in the Sefer, and by the way we set it forth in the Sefer is consistent with numerous Aramaic interpretations of the same phrase, where you see in the underlying Hebrew the word might be ish, but the word might be Adam, Adam meaning man, ish meaning man. If the word was Adam, then the word is flexible to mean both father, brother, husband, and father has been used in the Aramaic. So we believe that that is an accurate, the most accurate interpretation of Matityahu 1, the very first chapter of the New Testament. If that ain't right, what else is wrong? All right, thank you for joining us. We'll see you again.